Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling something that is literally a rite of passage for anyone writing Python, the epic showdown between print and return. You know the drill. You write this awesome, reusable block of code, but the data you're trying to work with just, poof, vanishes into thin air. If you've been banging your head against the wall trying to track how data actually moves inside your programs, you are in the exact right place. Let's completely demystify this.
So have you ever found yourself in this exact ridiculously frustrating scenario? You write a beautiful function, you do some complex math, you hit run, and boom, the correct answer pops up right there on your console. You feel like an absolute genius. But then you try to save that answer to a variable for the next step, and your code just crashes. Or even worse, it tells you your variable is completely empty. I mean, it's maddening, right? You can literally see the answer on the screen, but your program absolutely refuses to let you use it. So why exactly does this happen?
Well, to solve this, I want to borrow a brilliant metaphor from the instructors over at CodeChef. Think about asking a friend to calculate 5 plus 5 for you. If you use print, it is exactly like your friend just shouting the number 10 at you from across the room. I mean, sure, the answer's out there in the universe, you heard it, but you don't actually have anything to physically hand to someone else. Now, using return is a whole different ballgame. Using return is like your friend writing 10 on a little sticky note and physically handing it directly to you. Now you actually possess that value. You can stick it in your pocket, pass it to another function, or, just save it for later. Let's ground this shouting metaphor in the actual code. If we look at the official definition from Geeks for Geeks, print is a built-in Python function, and its one and only job is to display human-readable output to the console or terminal. That's it. The absolutely crucial takeaway here is that print is for human eyes only. It's just a way for your code to talk to you, the programmer, or the person sitting at the keyboard. It is definitively not a way for different parts of your code to talk to each other. And this brilliantly illustrates that classic beginner mistake we were just talking about. Say you have a function called print_sum. It adds 5 and 5, and it uses a print statement. Great, it shouts 10 to the console. But look closely at what happens when we try to assign that to a variable named result. Because the function didn't actually hand a sticky note back to the program, Python just shrugs and assigns the value none to our variable. It's totally empty. We saw the 10 with our own eyes, but our result variable caught absolutely zilch. Okay, let's look at the fix. Enter the return statement. Geeks for Geeks defines return as a keyword used to exit a function and pass a specific usable value back to the calling code. This right here, this is our sticky note. When your function hits a return statement, it gathers up whatever value or expression you've given it, and it physically hands it directly back to the exact place in your program where that function was originally called. Building on our last example, let's change our function to return_sum. It still calculates 5 plus 5, but this time it uses the return keyword. The difference is immediate, like night and day. When we type result equals return_sum 5, 5, the function writes that 10 on our virtual sticky note and hands it right back. Now our variable result actually holds the integer 10. And because we used return, we're now free to take that variable and do whatever we want with it, like maybe adding another 10 to it later down the line. All right, let's move into section 1, the head-to-head matchup covering syntax, behavior, and flow. If we break down the data from Geeks for Geeks into a simple matrix, the core differences are actually pretty stark. First up, output. Return exits a function and hands a value back, while print just, displays text to the console. Second, variable assignment. Return gives you a real, usable value that can be assigned or used in an equation, whereas print gives you nothing, just a big ol' none. And third, multiplicity. You can use both of these multiple times inside a single function, but they handle it in vastly different ways. But hey, before we get into that multiplicity part, we really need to highlight a massive hidden difference that catches so many people off guard, and that's execution flow. When Python reads a print statement, it simply puts the text on the screen and then continues right along to the very next line of code inside that function. Normal business. But return is a hard stop. The instant Python hits a return statement, it grabs that value, tosses it back to the calling code, and completely bails out of the function. Any code you write underneath an executed return statement, it's basically invisible. It will never, ever run. And this actually unlocks a really cool insight from the developers over at Telugu Web Tech about how we use these statements multiple times. Because print doesn't stop the function in its tracks, you can have unlimited print statements. You want to print a user's name on line 1, their phone number on line 2, their address on line 3? Go for it. But return can only hand back one final result. If you want to hand back that same user's name and phone number using return, you can't just return them on separate lines. You have to concatenate them. You basically mash them together into a single unified string and then hand that one single sticky note back to the rest of the program.
Okay, let's make this concrete. Section 2. Real-world applications. When exactly should you use which?
Let's imagine you're coding the checkout system for an e-commerce app. You've got a function that calculates the final bill amount by adding up the cart items and the taxes. That function absolutely must use a return statement. Why? Because the next part of your program, the part that actually pings the credit card API, needs that exact mathematically calculated number to process the charge. It needs the sticky note. Now, on the flip side, once that payment goes through successfully, you might have a different function that generates a payment successful screen. That function, it just needs a print statement. It's just flashing a nice, reassuring message to the human shopper looking at their screen.
Let's map out the complete journey of our data with a great example from CodeChef, calculating the circumference of a circle. Step 1, we define the function and give it the radius. Step 2, behind the scenes, we do the math. 2 times pi times the radius. Step 3, we return that calculated value completely out of the function. And finally, step 4, out in our main program, we capture that value and print the final result for the user to see. See how they work together? Return does the heavy lifting in the background, and print acts as the final messenger.
So, the next time you sit down to write a Python function, just ask yourself this one simple question. Am I talking to the human, or am I talking to the code? If it's the human, shout it out with print. But if your program needs that data for literally anything else, write it on a sticky note with return. It kind of makes you wonder, though, as your programs grow from these simple single files into massive multi-server applications, how exactly do these sticky notes get passed across the globe? Well, we'll leave that data flow mystery for next time. Thanks for hanging out with us for this explainer.